Hello, all you beautiful people out there. It's Frauder Ziggy, and we are here today to make another mystical diagram. I'm going to be making this mystical diagram. Boom. Mercury on the Tree of Life. This is one of the Practicus grade diagrams. It's used in the Practicus initiation ritual. And as we can see here, we've got the glyph of Mercury, which corresponds with the Sephirot of Hod, which is right down here. In the Hermetic Kabbalah, Hod is the sphere where things are differentiated, they become myriad, manifest things, and that is sort of what we see here. We see the different spheres of the Tree of Life becoming manifest, emanating from the One, from Keter. So yeah, we're going to recreate this diagram, and we're going to add a little color, zhuzh it up a bit. Color is very symbolic in the Golden Dawn. It helps connect you to higher powers, to the powers of Sephiroth, to the planets, of the zodiac. It's very important. So I like to incorporate color into my diagrams whenever I can. So let's get going. This is going to be our start here, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a template layer. We're going to call this original. So what this is going to do, boom, it kind of makes it a little lighter. We can work over it. Let's make a new layer on top of it. And we're going to call this Mercury. This is a pretty simple shape to make using the ellipse tool. And if you hold down Shift and Alt, it makes a circle from the center instead of just an ellipse. Oop, I did that totally wrong. We want to make the center. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. So we've got that. So let's keep holding on the Shift. Get that there. Bring that in a little. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right. So we've got our circle. Let's increase this stroke. How's a 40? 40 looks so good. Maybe tap it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Good enough. Good enough. All right, there's our first piece. Now we want to make a line across. I'm going to start here in the middle. I got my smart guide there. Come on. Where are you going? All right, well, it doesn't matter. Alt to make it go out. Shift to force it to click to a 45 degree. That seems pretty good. Let's bring it down. That also seems pretty good. Now, if we can use the rotate tool, a little Alt, Shift, bam. Maybe we can grab this, bring it down a little bit. Hold down Shift to keep it locked in place. And then, likewise, can I grab this one? I'm just going to get the rotate tool. Let's zoom in. Oh my goodness, there it is. Bring it up. There we go. And then now we can just grab all these and we can align them to themselves. Actually, we want to align to the artboard. Maybe we don't do it again. Let's make the horns at the top first before we align to the artboard. Let's put this here. All right. I recently reset all my panels and it was just a mistake, and I hadn't saved my workspace, so save your workspace if you got a good one. I'm going to have to rebuild until I get what I want. All right, so I'm going to lock this, leave that alone, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's make some horns. And if we hide this away, we can get a better look. All right, so as you can see, we've got a crescent here. And the way I see this is we've got a circle on the outside and then an oval on the inside. So I'm going to start by making a circle. Okay, here we go. Let's reduce this stroke so that I can actually work with it. Here we go. Oh, I did that wrong. I did that very wrong. Ooh, all right, let's try that again. Here we go. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's make another copy. Straight up. Bring this. No, we don't want to hold Shift. Yeah, something like that. Actually, no. So what we actually want to do is duplicate it. All right, so what we actually want to do is duplicate this. So can we? No. All right, so we actually want to duplicate it. Let's lock the bottom one so we don't mess it up. And grab this and do that. There we go. Now let's unlock our bottom ellipse. Shift click that. Let's get our shape builder tool and let's start hacking away at this shape. Boom. Now we've got some horns. Look at that. They're a little square on the ends. That might be an issue later, but we'll see. Let's see. Can we do any stroke effects? This helps. That's probably what we want. What's it like? No. Let's see. That makes little points. That makes it flat. No. Sometimes you just got to play with stuff. Stroke on the inside. I don't think we want that. All right. Well, okay. Let's just flip it around. Okay, there we go. And it's not exactly perfect, but I mean, I like the geometry of it. It could probably stand to be a little wider now that I'm looking at it compared to the original. What is going on here? There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, scooch wider. And then if we can turn on the Mercury, there we go. So maybe I do want to bring these little points down a little bit. All right, we're just going to work with this for now. We can adjust it later. So what I'm going to do now, as you can see, if we zoom in here, there's a little bit of a butt standing out at the bottom. A little bit of the curve. So we need to make this into one shape. So let's bring these horns. Oh, let's unlock the Mercury symbol. Let's bring these horns in here. And then we don't really need this. Don't really need that anymore. We also don't need to hit that button. There we go. All right. So we did that. Let's turn these path, outline, stroke. Now they're shapes. And now we're going to use the shape builder tool. And we'll bring them together. Oh, we did not select our horns. Let's select our horns. There we go. Boom. Now, there's this little space down here. I do not want. So I'm going to hit Alt. We can delete. Boom. There we go. Symbol of Mercury. Beautiful. Yeah, as I'm looking at these little points stick up beyond the circles here. So I think I might cheat a little and just move the circles up to cover those up instead of trying to fix them, because I really like this curve that we got going on here. And if you can't see them, it doesn't terribly matter very much. Though we are probably going to put a stroke around this, so maybe we do want to bring them down. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So a little up. Okay. I need the direct selection tool, and I need to directly select those two things. Hello. I'll just bring those down a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can actually use the scooch. That doesn't work. All right. Oh, okay. All right. We've got our Mercury. Good enough. Good enough. All right. So the next thing to do, we can lock it, put it away. Let's hide it. we're going to make the spheres. So these circles. So the circles are very easy. They're just circles. We're going to call it spheres. Spheres, Sefirot. Fairly interchangeable in the Hermetic Kabbalah. But that's mostly because we don't really have the understanding of Hebrew that Jewish Kabbalah requires. Okay. But that's okay. We do our own thing. There we go. All right. And then... Okay. And then we have our first sphere. Although I probably should have left this one for last because this is Malkuth, and the colors for Malkuth are, four part. Well, fine. We'll just do it right now. Okay. So to do Malkuth, what I do is I make a square. We're gonna get rid of the stroke, and this square we're gonna make black. Because one of the colors of Malkuth is black. All right, let's move this a little bit down here. All right, so we're going to go over to Google and get the citrine hex code. It's E4D00A. So just copy and paste that. Let's go over to... Oh, we need to copy this. We actually need to make... Four of these. Okay, so for this one, we're going to make citrine. Double click the color, paste the citrine code in. Oh, we made two of them citrine. That's okay. Then we need russet red. And then this one's going to be 8461B. And now we need an olive green. And this one is 8080. Boom. And then we have our colors of Malkuth. And now we can take this, turn it like that. I'm going to take one of these and just move it up. There, for now. We're going to take this. Let's go with that. That's enough. Let's send it back. There we go. Right in the middle. Okay, so this doesn't need to fill. And what we want to do is select our group, select the circle we're going to be using, select the shape builder tool, and start cutting away the parts we don't want. So if I unite all these pieces, they're going to just make a weird, one weird color because it'll be just one thing. But we can leave it like this, leave it as a group, and then we have Malkuth. Hooray! And then, so these each all have a letter inside of them. Let me double check my reference so I don't make any silly mistakes. Okay, so this first symbol, the mem from Malkuth. So we get the text tool, type of thing. And then to get the Hebrew letters, what I do is I go to Window, Type, Glyphs, and I just go to Times New Roman because it has everything. And here we go. Big, and we need to go to the Hebrew letters, which are a little bit down here and past the Cyrillic. I guess it's a Cyrillic, right? It's Greek. I don't know. I'm not a linguist. So we want the mem, there it is. Hey, we found it. And let's get this. Make it an appropriate size. This guy needs a stroke for sure. For sure. That's not actually what I wanted. That's what I wanted, but not so heavy. Like that. Boom. Huzzah. Is this actually black inside? It looks a little dark gray. All right. Well, we got it. Seems to be it now. Really? No. Yeah, exactly. It's not black. There we go. Boom. Okay. We got our first letter, first sphere done. Now we're going to come up here. So for the other values, the other colors, they I use as a reference this document, this blog post from Hermeticulture. Hold on, let me zoom up. Hermeticulture.org. It's done by my friend Nicholas Chappell. So he's got this blog post here where he's got all of the hex codes for all the colors of the Golden Dawn, some alternates if you want to use. So I'm always referencing this page. So we are going to be going to Yesod next. So we want this one. And I'm just going to put this on my other screen. I'm going to keep going back to it. But I just wanted to show you that because it's a really useful reference. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can use it. And now we're going to take this M, bring it up, hit Alt to make a copy, Shift to keep it in place. Is it centered? I mean, it's kind of hard sometimes with these letters because they have the visual weight. That seems too far over. No, I guess it was right. Anyway, we're going to grab, that's not the right Yesod. Where is it? There it is. That's the right one. And we're going to just put that right in the middle, right towards the top. That's good. That's pretty good. Let's turn on the back. All right, so this black here, which is still not the right black, I can see it's different. All right, so this symbol of Mercury, we're actually going to make orange because that's this color of Mercury. So let's open that up. Let's drop in the orange hex code, and boom, there we go. And this needs a stroke for sure. We can use the counter color, which is blue. And where is, oh, here we go. Boom. Let's turn off that stroke. Look at that garish Golden Dawn. We could use blue. I think actually black is going to work better. Yeah, I think that looks nicer. I try to use the counter charge colors sometimes, the flashing colors, but sometimes I don't feel it. It's not really necessary, I don't think, for this. But I could go back and make a flashing colors one very easily. All right, so we've got that. Let's hide it again. And let's get back to it. Oh, so the whole reason I wanted to do that was I wanted to see how black looked against the color. So these spheres decided to not be black. So this one. Actual black. Okay. Next. And is this actually black? Is this the 00 club? Okay, yes. Okay. Next, we're going to take We can take both of these things, actually. And the next one is Hod, which is going to be over here. And the background color is going to be orange. Nope, that's not the color I have in my clipboard. Here we go. Boom. Huzzah. And since it's a Hod, we're going to use a he. You know, I need to actually find a Jewish person to learn how these things are actually pronounced. So that would be very helpful. I do my best. Here we go. Now let's take and select this. Alt-Shift, drag it over. Now this one is going to be green. And since this is in the tzach, we're going to have an N, a nun here. Little nun. All right, look, we got these down. So let's look at our background here. No, let's turn off Mercury. Okay, so we've got the next one up here. So I'm looking at this now and I'm seeing that these different shapes are outlined separately, which is actually kind of significant now that I'm looking at it because these are different levels. So where you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what I'm saying, you work with these symbols, you kind of learn them a little bit better. So I'm actually going to go back and redo this Mercury symbol. But let's finish with the spheres. See, it's something you learn as you're doing. And there is no... Let's grab this too. Come on. There we go. There's no substitute than doing it yourself. But I also understand some people like to watch artists work, so here we go. All right, so this is going to be for Tiferet. And we've got to change the color back here. And some line breaks. That's it. And then this is going to be a tau. Where's the tau? Here we go. Oh my god. All right, I'm just gonna do the easy thing and use the arrows. There we go. That is a tau, right? Not a teth. Tau. All right. And we're gonna grab these guys. Actually, let's grab this one, and let's just copy those up. And then grab these two. Copy those up. Let's take this guy in here. Right there. Ooh, okay. And so next, we go up the tree. No, we go up the tree this way. This is going to be Gebura. Well, even more people out there cheering slightly. Ooh, let's control that. And this is going to be a Gimel. And over here, we have facet, which is blue. I kept wanting to say Jupiter, but it's not Jupiter. Well, it is Jupiter, but not Jupiter. The Sephirot is called Chesed, which is going to be a Cheth. Boom. Let's just arrow key that over. Now over here we have Dalet and, or no, sorry, Dalet. Well, we need a Dalet to go there, but it's Dav. And for this, I use the servantsofthelight.org. They have a Tree of Life interactive HTML, all of those HTML tables from way back when. It is just, very retro website design, but I love it. There's a lot of information on there. Let me bring it onto the screen here. So I've even got a little bookmark right here. I always hit it. So they have this, and they've got all kinds of information here. And if you want to see Dalet, you have to go this little hidden Sephira. And we can see that this is the Queen scale that we're using. So the Archangelic scale. So sky blue is what we're looking for. So what I will just do is go over here and look for sky blue hex code. I can spell. There we go. Usually it just gives you a straight thing. Here we go. Let's go. Let's grab this one. Boom. And then we want, like I said, a Dalet here. And let's get that little centered. Okay. So next, over here, we're going to have Bina on this side. Let's just make this a path over here. And then this is going to be black. And then this one. And I kind of want another inner stroke on this. I can. Where is my property? I feel it's a little too heavy just being straight black like that. Properties. Appearance. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So we want a new stroke. This is a new stroke. And we want it to be, I want it to be white. I also want it to go under this. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just like that. Boom. That's how I like it. All right, so over here, we want a 50% gray. So we want 0 saturation, 50% gray. And yes, 7F, 7F, 7F. We'll get you there. And then this is Esed, which is another Hef. I'm sorry, it's Hokmah, not Chesed. Ooh. Try to do this all off the top of my head and make this at the same time, so sometimes I get a little confused. And there are a lot of associations and everything going on here, so sometimes I'm like, oh, that's this planet, or oh, that's this number. And I'm trying to think of the actual name of the sphere. So up here we have Keter, the one, the source, and we just can go straight to, why am I not getting 6F Club. And this is a Kaf for Keter. Huzzah! There we go. Let me double check. Make sure I got this correct. Keter, dollars, have. Gimel, da. All right, looks like I got everything right, or at least copied from the diagram. Some of the diagrams are wrong. I'm going to point that out. I should go back and explain which ones are the ones that I found that have errors in them. But I have found mistakes in them, and I wouldn't have known if I hadn't actually recreated a diagram and been like, wait, why is this over here and this over here? That doesn't make sense. and then looking it up later and finding, no, there's a mistake in the book. But anyway, I've created this, and we have the symbol of Mercury underneath, but we've decided to go back and fix it. So unfortunately, I did not save a copy of the symbol of Mercury before I started. So I'm going to go back and try and recreate it as quickly as possible. And so I'm going to put those away. We're going to just hide that, and we're going to start over. Because sometimes you just need to start over. All right, so I've got my Mercury symbol back to where I want it. It's a little too small here, maybe. I don't want the horns to be too big, is kind of the thing. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay. Now, if we put on... All right, so we've got the different sections of the symbol blocked out differently now, as in the original diagram. I'm really glad I caught that. So let's put these on here. Let's turn off our template. Boom. Okay, so let's take our spheres and let's start making sure everything's lined up properly. So we're going to take this. Let's lock our Mercury symbol so we don't bring it in. Oh, actually, okay, hold on. First, we should group these. Group all these little guys together so that it'll get moved. And that'll make things easier. Okay. Now we're going to take this center column and make sure it's centered. We're going to take this column, make sure these guys are centered, make sure these guys are centered, and let's make sure everybody is lined up properly. We didn't accidentally move anything. Okay, that all looks good. So I'm going to grab everything in the spheres and group it together. Okay. Then we're going to go to the Mercury stuff. Now, instead of aligning it to selection, we're going to align to the artboard. Get that centered. Get this group centered. All right, now it's centered with the piece of paper. The diagram I used underneath, we don't need anymore. This glyphs thing, we don't need anymore. And there is our symbol. Let's bring this up some. And now we get to put a little bit of text on the bottom. Boom. Maybe on the tree of life. Let's center that. Let's change this font, please. Please, I love the Cinzel font. Make it black. And let's make it big. Ooh. No, that was not correct. There we go. There we go. And what we want to do next is put a little bit of a thing here. Maybe we make this regular and we say inspired. I'm going to spell inspired. Inspired by the diagram on page 79 of Party 7th edition. Israel Regardie, reproduced by me, Frater Zygmunt. All right. Anything else we can do to this? Yeah, there is something we can do to this. Let's bring the spheres in here. Let's select this. Let's make it pop. Let's make it pop. Boom. Let's take a look. So here we have the drop shadow on every element, which I think breaks up the Mercury symbol a little too much. Let's instead, let's select these three things. Let's group them. Are they all grouped already? What's going on here? Okay, group. There we go. Now let's try to put the drop shadow. There we go. And that makes it pop a little. So now I also want to do it on the spheres. Why did you select everything? Oh, that's why. This should be on its own. There. I'm going to call this text. Maybe if the caps lock wasn't selected. I'm failing miserably. All right, there you go, text. All right, let's go back to spheres. Let's throw that drop shadow on. Boom. How does that look? That looks kind of sweet. Did this one like? Oh no, it did. Yeah. All right, Mercury on the Tree of Life. Let's give this a save. Oh my god, I have not saved at all. We're gonna save over this old file I have. Yes. All right, guys, there it is, Mercury on the Tree of Life. If you like this video, please share, like, and subscribe. I would love to hear some comments. I'd love to talk to you all. If you want to see more of my artwork, you can find me at fraterzygmunt.com or on the social medias at fraterzygmunt. Yeah, keep up with what I'm doing. See all the latest diagrams and projects that I've been working on in relation to my self-initiation journey and other work that I do as an artist. So here we are. I'm going to post this final file up on my website so you can take a look at it in more detail if you want. And I wish you all the best. Have a good day.